Salutations, my name is Summer and this is Cozy Reading with Quaker Cats, and I wanted to update you on what I'm currently reading, and also I wanted to tell you that I met a fellow booktuber. So if I knew how to insert pictures I would, but I don't. So I just have to tell you, I met John at Hey Y'all Listen Up. And we had lunch. He was coming through town, and it was so nice to actually sit there and talk to him in person and get to know him a little better. I had a great time. So thank you so much, John, for coming through town and getting a hold of me. I appreciate it. It was really nice. So what else? Let's see. All my cats are doing well. Sterling's underneath the trampoline, if you hear noises. Mayfair's in the window. And I don't know, it must be nap time. So anyway, I'm moving again. I'm moving back to my sister's house. My sister actually lives in Texas, so she doesn't live here, but my mom and my niece live there. So I'm moving back in with them, and I'm really happy with my decision. I feel like everything's a little uncertain right now in the world, and we can work as a team when it comes to what we need to do. Plus, my mom is so full of so much information. There's so much that I need for her to teach me. I think that when we lose so many people, like I think all the time about how much my dad could have taught me if I would have been ready at that time to learn. And now he's gone. Same thing with my grandma, you know, both of my gran and my grandma. They had so much to teach me, and you know, I just at the time, you know, that being young and not understanding what they had, and it's the same way with my mom. My mom knows how to make soap. She knows how to can. She knows, I mean, that's just a tiny bit. My mom knows so many things. And I've just never been interested in that before. I just always felt like everything would get taken care of. So I'm excited to be changing my life in those ways and be learning a lot of being more self-sufficient. My dream my whole life has been, since I was a little girl, I wanted to live in an A-frame in the woods with my dog, in the woods back where my mom and dad used to live. So of course that's not going to happen. And I do have 7 cats. My last dog passed away in 2018. And cats came into my life. I don't know how it happened, but I got 2 wrestling. I got Rollo and Sterling wrestling down here. So if you hear noises, that's them playing. But anyway, it's still a dream. So I'm trying to set a plan that in 2 years, I actually will be able to buy a little piece of land and start living, you know, more of a simple, frugal life. So baby steps. Anyway, what am I reading? I am still reading Angel's Blood by Nalini Singh, I think it is. Not very far, only on page 70. This is a lot of fun, so I know it's there. I'll be picking it back up. It's just I got distracted with other things that I feel like that I just want to read. Anyway, I started reading Lonesome Dove by Larry McMurtry. So this is the first book that he wrote in the series, but it's the 3rd book in the series, if that makes any sense. He went back and wrote Dead Man's Walk and Comanche Moon, and it's the same story of Gus and Call, are the same characters. So you can start at Lonesome Dove since it was the first book, or you could go back and start where I did at Dead Man's Walk and then read Comanche Moon and like read it in that order. I'm reading this with Scott Danielson and Scott Bryant from the Bookish Bryans. I'm enjoying hearing them. I mean, they're just great guys, but I'm enjoying hearing their thoughts on it. We are all, I don't know what's happening and why I can't speak all of a sudden, but we are all really enjoying it. And I love these editions that I have. So I'm way behind. I'm way behind. I'm only on page 126, which I think is chapter 11. Anyway, they are reading it a lot faster than I am. I was reading it on ebook at work, but I'm weird about reading on my phone. I thought, oh, this is so convenient, and then I just don't feel, I'm weird about smartphones. I just am one of those weird people. So I didn't like it. So I thought, oh, well, I'll get the audiobook and I'll listen to it while I'm at home. And the audiobook, to me, it really made my anxiety go up. I did not listen to hardly any of it before I was like, I just can't do this. The guy narrating, and I forget who it was, but with the character of Gus, he would yell. And it really grated on my nerves and caused me to feel kind of panicky. So I cannot listen to the audiobook. I prefer to read physical books anyway. It just takes me a lot longer. And when I'm doing a buddy read, I'm always wanting to keep up with everybody, and that's just not going to happen. And I know the story. I've watched the miniseries many times. And actually, it's not too far from it. I just watched it a couple months ago again. And yeah, it's really close. They're playing. What are you guys doing? Yeah, Sterling and Rollo. Come here. Everybody would love to see you. My Sterling boy. Okay, so Lonesome Dove, really enjoying that. I set this aside to start Lonesome Dove. Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone. I was so excited about this. It is so good. I mean, so good. But I love the whole series. Anyway, I am on page 680, and I think there's 900 pages, I think. So hopefully I can get back to this. I read this a little bit at work on my phone, and again, I was like, oh, this is so convenient. But then I was like, I just don't feel right. I just don't feel right about it. I'm such a weirdo. A book I want to get to, I'm hoping to get to this month with everything going on, and that is Caroline, Little House Revisited. And this is by Sarah Miller. And this is about this Little House Revisited. I guess I don't really need to tell you. So Caroline's married to Charles Ingalls, and they already have a child, and she's pregnant. And they're talking about, should they wait to move because there's land available, or should they go for it? And I'm only on like page 8. So hopefully I can pick that up, get these others done, because here's the thing, I'm a slow reader, and especially like Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone, you just can't, you have to just, I don't know, it's such a beautiful book. It's one of those that you just want to marinate in, you know, you don't want to rush. Some books you just don't want to rush. So the last thing I'm definitely going to get to, whether some of these other books get set aside or whatever, and that is The Good Life. This is actually a library book, but I think my mom owns it. It's Helen and Scott Nearing 60 Years of Self-Sufficient Living. I'm so excited about this. My mom loves this book. She's told me about it. And now that I'm learning more about Scott Nearing, I am so looking forward to reading this. He was a professor during the Great Depression, and you know, he's a fighter for peace, you know, and he got in all kinds of trouble. And I think they ended up leaving society in a sense and going off and becoming homesteaders. So I don't know all the details because I haven't started reading this yet. I'm just going off of what I've heard. So I'm so excited about this. I hope this inspires me because this is actually the type of life that I dream about. So I'm not really happy in society of how things are and how things are. Silso, leave him alone. Sterling. Sylvie hates everybody. She wishes she was the only cat. So she's hissing at Sterling, and Sterling's just standing there. Like, I don't care. You can hiss at me. Come here, Silso. Oh, she's stalking away. He might go after her. He does it to play. And I think she kind of likes it. But So, you okay, baby? You alright? Yeah? You come up here? Oh gosh, this chair keeps backing up. She said, nah. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes to chase after her. Anyway, so yeah, I don't like how things are going. I don't like being on I don't even like having a smartphone. I'm one of those people who I miss, that if somebody calls you and you're busy, you just miss the call. You know, it's like, I'll come home. I'd rather come home and have the answering machine tell me that you called and I'll call you back than to feel like I'm at everybody's beck and call in that sense. I'm really bad about even checking my phone sometimes. Luckily, my phone, if I don't know your number and you call me, my phone will automatically send you to voicemail. So it doesn't even ring. Like, I don't even know. So I don't get all those, scam. I don't have to hear all that. It just automatically goes to voicemail if you're not in my contacts. So, which I tell people that so that way they could send me a message, voicemail, and I'll listen and, add them to my contacts. But yeah, I don't, I shouldn't even get into it. I really shouldn't. But I am trying to change my life. I'm cutting all my hair off again Friday, I think. It's just hot and heavy, and I bought a shampoo bar, so I'm no longer buying plastic bottles of shampoo, and it'll be easier with short hair not to have to use so much of it. I already used the deodorant stone, which you just wet it down and there's like no chemicals, no fragrances. It's just like a salt crystal stone. And yeah, as soon as my toothpaste is gone, I will no longer be buying toothpaste bottles. I will be making my own. So I'm trying to change my life and make things more simply, and I just have to get off the processed food, guys. I'm so addicted to processed foods. So I need to start growing and making my own. And hopefully I'll do that once I get to Mom's, because she's started a garden already. Anyway, let me know how you guys are doing, what you've been reading. Yeah. And I hope you're having a beautiful June. Thanks again, John, for coming and visiting me. I had a wonderful time. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.